I'm Maria, and here's a parenting tip that your child will thank you for. When speaking to our kids or loved ones, we may use words such as, I love you no matter what, or I love you unconditionally. Now, unconditionally means that there are no conditions in which we would remove our love in any regard. So if I were to ask you, do you love your child even when you're angry? The answer would be yes, and so would mine. However, if the angry feelings get the best of us, what happens? We're often at the mercy of a very unconscious behavior, and it's one where we pull love away. Now, what does pulling love away look like? Well, it's a dad who's angry and doesn't speak to his kid for a while. It's a mom who becomes maybe a bit passive aggressive. We show our child the cold shoulder. We make frowny faces. We leave them out in small and big ways, or we separate them from the group. We punish. It's a subtle form of manipulation whose undercurrents say, shape up or I won't be there. Behave or I'm not going to listen. Do as I say or my affection is not going to be on tap. Now, it's important that we remember as humans, we don't just sit there and drum our fingers evilly and say, aha, I'm going to pull love away. That's what I'm going to do to show them. But we do these moves most likely because of two reasons. One, we learn this behavior unconsciously from our parents, and we're repeating patterns and think they work. And two, we just are so triggered, we lose the plot in the moment, and the feeling has just gotten the best of us, and we think that this response works. We've all been there, but we can do better, and there is a high cost to this. What the child learns is, I'm only lovable when I'm good, and when I listen and behave and show up as you desire, but I'm not lovable when I don't. And this unstated condition anchors in a child that they need to be people pleasers. On top of that, they don't have the confidence that they're loved for who they are, with their shortcomings, flaws, mistakes, or just because they think and act differently than we would. And when this happens, their belief that love is superficial and conditional runs all through their life, and it's very dangerous because they think, gosh, if anyone really knew who I am, they couldn't love me and they couldn't stay around. So what happens is they become inauthentic, not their true selves in order to keep other people near them, and their esteem lowers. So unless a child has a strong sense of self and is deeply grounded in their self-worth from the inside, this is the effect. And we didn't escape it either. Most of us are somewhere on the spectrum of our own self-development and inner work, trying our best not to repeat these patterns. So here's my top tip. Put your personal development energy into how you ground yourself so you can express and feel your anger without energetically pulling love away in all the ways that we do unconsciously. Now, I've got tons of grounding tips, but here's one of my favorites, a timeout. But it's not for your kid. It's for you. You can notice your anger. You can do some self-talk. You can say to yourself, I'm angry. I don't like what they're doing. I'm worried what this means for their future. I'm worried I failed somehow as a parent. Just take a few breaths and pause and track and speak to all the fears and say, I'm allowed to be angry. I'm allowed to say I'm angry or disappointed to my kids. I'm allowed to give consequences and speak my truth, but I'm not going to pull my love away under any conditions, because it's vital that my child, my spouse, my friend feel safe under any condition. My love will remain unshakable. This is the heart of unconditional love. So don't forget to like and follow.